Good morning, everyone. You are welcome to class. Happy New Day, and I wish you Happy New Month. So last week, we worked on reading one. We worked on reading one. So we have been taught series of things. And if you check your LMS, I have dropped your quiz questions there. So please, you have it started on the 1st, and that was yesterday. It started on the 1st, that was yesterday, to 5th, and that will be Saturday. So please, you are advised to please go through the questions and attempt them and work on them. So today we'll be working on study session 2, and the topic is reading for reviews. Reading for reviews. So that is what we'll be working on today. Reading for reviews. Now let me start with the introduction. A critical review is the summary and evaluation of the ideas, opinions, and information in an article. And it expresses the writer's point of view in light of what one already knows about the subject and what is acquired from related texts. Reviewing critically means thinking carefully and clearly and taking into consideration both the strengths and weaknesses in the material under review. Learning outcomes for study session 2. By the end of this lecture, students should be able to carry out the following. Number 1, state 2 skills they will need to employ when asked to write a review, and answer some questions when starting to do a critical review. Number 2, you have to write a critical review of any given text. What is a critical review? A critical review is the summary and evaluation of the ideas, opinions, and information in an article. That is a critical review. It is the summary and evaluation of the ideas, opinions, and information in an article, and it expresses the writer's point of view in the light of what one already knows on the subject and what is acquired from related texts. So that is it. And reviewing critically means thinking carefully and clearly and putting into consideration both the strengths and weaknesses in the material under review. So there are 2 skills to employ when asked to write a review. The first one is you seek information. Seek information. This could be through scanning the literature efficiently to become well informed on the subject. Now, reviewing effectively. How can you review effectively? Questioning the information in the text and presenting an evaluation or judgment of it. Efficient reviewing or evaluating requires an awareness of the gist, that is the central idea, the purpose, and the intended audience of the text. So the text is looked at from a variety of perspectives, from related sources, and evaluated in relation to the theories, approaches, and frameworks of the expected task. And also, this evaluation involves analyzing the content and concept of the text, separating them into their main components, and then understanding how these interrelate, connect, and influence each other. You see, some of the questions to ask when starting to review a critical, when trying to write a critical review are: number one, what is the main area under review discussion? Where does the writer's data and evidence come from? These are the questions you ask yourself. What are the main issues raised by the writer? That is in the text. What are the major interpretations made by the author in terms of the issues raised? Is the text balanced, fair, biased? How well does all this relate to other literature on a topic? You know your own experience, that is it. And how can you summarize all of the above points? You just need to summarize. That is what review is all about. And the essence of this is because, at the end of, towards the end of this semester, you'll be given the topics. You'll be put into groups. You'll be given topics for you to work on, and you might be asked to review what somebody has done, and you just chip in your own idea as far as that is concerned. Okay, now the content of a critical review. What are the contents of a critical review? A critical review is generally 1 to 4 pages, 1 to 4 pages in length, and has a structure similar to the one given here. Number 1, introduction. So the writer should start with opening sentences that state the writer, the title, and give a brief explanation of the topic of the text, and the aim of the text, and a summary of the main findings or key arguments are presented here. And at the end of the introduction, a brief statement of the evaluation of the text is given. So that is all about introduction. And now summary. This gives a summary of the main point of the article, the points discussed in the article. You give the summary of it and few examples. So a brief explanation of the writer's purpose and the organization of the text can also be added. So this section of the critical review should be no longer than 1/3 of the whole. We also have the main body, which is the critique. This discusses and evaluates the strength, weaknesses, important features of the text. The discussion should be based on specific criteria and include other sources to support it. That is what we refer to as references. And we have conclusion. It concludes the review with a restatement of the overall opinion of the text, and it can also include recommendations and some further explanation of the judgment to show that it is fair and reasonable. And last one is references. So a list of references should be included at the end if other sources have been used. Now, the summary for study session 2. It becomes pertinent to ask certain questions when starting to write a critical review. Such questions are: what is the main area under review discussion? Where do the writer's data and evidence come from? What are the main issues raised by the writer? What are the major interpretations, made by the author in terms of the issues raised? Is the text balanced? Is it fair? Is it biased? Now, how well does all this relate to other literature on the topic and to your own experience? So how can you summarize all of the above points? So there are 2 important things you look at while reviewing any document. These are seeking information. Seeking information, that is scanning the literature efficiently, to become well informed on the subject, and reviewing effectively. so you review effectively. So, and this has to do with questioning the information in the text and presenting an evaluation or judgment of it. So with that, we have come to the end of this class. So I want you to please make sure you understand this, go through it. If there are questions you wish to ask, you can just send your questions to me, and I'll be happy, I'll be glad to answer your questions. So, and the assignment I gave you, the quiz questions I gave you on 1st of July, that was yesterday. Please, I want you all to please go through it. Go through it. Make sure you attempt it. I know in this semester we might go through just 5 quiz questions, and I don't want you to leave anyone undone. Please let us go through it, because those things we add to our CA. So thank you very much. We have come to the end of this class. Till next week, by the grace of God, when we shall meet again. So bye bye.